Hello everyone. I'm Yumi from the American Democracy Channel. We are working from Florida to protect the freedom and rights of the United States. We look forward to your support. I would be very happy if you could subscribe to this channel. It's Sunday, January 10th in Florida today. I feel that the situation is getting worse day by day. I would like to ask Jay to tell me about the situation later, but before that, let me say one more thing, continuing from the day before yesterday. That is Vice President Pence. He is responsible for the murder of an innocent patriot of parliamentary internal police during the riots that occurred at the Capitol. I've seen Democrats as communists from the beginning, so I definitely don't think of them as American representatives. So it's not new to look down on them as Americans. I'm always wondering if they really understand socialism. They said that Stalin would destroy democracy in the Soviet Union, call it a revolution, kill tens of millions of people as absolute powers, and purge a large number of innocent people. Do you really understand if you couldn't maintain it? Stalin retains Biden's maxim this time around, that elections are not about who to vote for, but who counts votes. And now Biden is about to destroy democracy and do exactly what Stalin did. And we are trying to do something like looting grains and livestock from farmers and starving them to death by violence in this United States. With Antifa and BLM in mind, we will do what we did in the Capitol this time. Today's leftists are aiming for such a socialist system. It is to suppress the people with violence, make them work, suck up the profits for the sake of the country, and make them their wealth. If Mr. Trump doesn't stop here, maybe militia groups will be formed everywhere and the civil war with the Democratic Party will begin. Hi Jay, what do you think about this?
I agree. Kamala Harris, who is about to become vice president, will turn this United States into a socialist country. Her policies are received by today's young people and the poor. It is a sweet word that a happy future awaits according to the country. Biden says she will set our minimum wage at a flat rate of $15 per hour as early as possible. He is a sweet invitation to socialism. Such a policy of pampering the people will eventually reduce international competitiveness, weaken the country, and cause starvation. By the way, I'm very angry to Pence because he gave a speech to the press in praise of the police in the Capitol, but after the shooting on the 6th. There was no condolence to Ms. Ashley Babbitt, who was shot dead. This makes me really angry, pitiful about Ashley. From some SNS callers, this riot is something that the Chinese Communist Party always uses. It's the socialist way of slamming opposition, inciting anger, and wielding violence, as seen in every opposition movement. This time, in addition to that, there was a co-conspirator inside. I know you know because there are so many videos out there, but I don't know if they're Trump supporters or Antifa, but at first the police inside them opened the door and welcomed them. They invite you like that. It's one of the scenarios in which Trump supporters seem to break in and even murder was created. There is also an article saying that this murder was absolutely necessary to scare Trump supporting Senates.
Ashley, who died, is a great patriot, according to her husband, because she served Air Force for 12 years. I really pray for her soul. Even so, Pence is a really annoying man. By the way, Big Tech seems to be making a rush. Jay, can you please explain it?
Yes. Twitter has permanently closed the account that Mr. Trump can use. Facebook is following suit. The entire Trump team is also being closed their accounts. Shopify, which provided Trump campaigns and e-commerce services, has closed Trump's account, and Apple has removed Parler, a Twitter alternative, from the App Store to prevent it from being installed. The reason is that Mr. Trump instigated a riot on the inhumane Capitol. Also, the news that came in now is that Amazon, which Parler was using as a host server, will not be able to use Parler's services from Monday. They received a time limit of only 24 hours from Amazon.
This means that we are witnessing America now turning into communism. Without conducting a proper investigation, he reported that Mr. Trump was instigated unilaterally, preventing the Trump Group from sending anything. This is no longer America. This is just part of China. What is so wrong here?
Also, The impeachment trial procedure against Mr. Trump, led by Nancy Lopez, is about to begin on Monday. If we don't get the approval of 2/3 of the Senate, we can't impeach even if we get the approval of half of the House of Representatives, but it seems that the Senate will pass. That's because Republican House Secretary McConnell is working hard to round up each member. Given that only 6 people agreed in the election against the vote of the members of the election at the joint session, it is highly likely that they will be impeached by the majority in the impeachment trial.
Really? So, if this impeachment trial were to be held, would it be possible that Mr. Trump would no longer be president? So when will this trial be held?
The Senate is currently closed. Since the resumption is on the 19th, the impeachment trial will not normally be held until the 19th. However, because Nancy Pelosi is so sly, it is expected that the law will be changed and an urgent trial will be held. If Mr. Trump does not issue an executive order by that time, it will be over. After being impeached, Mr. Trump really has to hurry, as he is likely to be arrested for national treason. I wonder why Mr. Trump does not declare the presidential decree or martial law already. He knew that is only possible on 6th. Perhaps the military is in a situation where it does not move and it is in a state of being overwhelmed. However, Mr. Trump has done the personnel affairs that seem to have been expected to happen in the worst case. Attorney General Barr, who does nothing, was replaced, and Attorney General Esper, who was opposed to military intervention, was replaced, making a terrorist man the top military court judge. Everything must have been a presidential announcement. I don't think he'll do anything with this, so I'm sure he will take action within a few days.
Mr. Trump, please move fast before being impeached. Please answer the consensus of our 80 million people. Today is up to here. Mr. Trump should work, so please subscribe to the channel and look forward to the update. Thank you very much for watching until the end. Goodbye, until the next video.